Hello everyone and welcome back to EXA Season 9 Division 2 Round 10 for the Las Vegas Grand Prix as we enter the final 3 races of the season. The circuit is 3.8 miles long with 17 turns, 11 to the left and 6 to the right, with 2 DRS zones completing the circuit. It only joined the calendar back in 2023 when Max Verstappen took victory on his way to the inaugural Las Vegas Grand Prix, in the inaugural Las Vegas Grand Prix. Last year, we saw George Russell take a victory in a Mercedes 1-2 here as well. I'm your commentator, Jamie Jackson, and I'm joined by a man who's raced in this tier on numerous occasions. It is AMR Washed. How are you doing, my friend?
Honestly, I was supposed to be racing once again, but I could not be bothered. I literally went back to shower and I had like 5 minutes left, so I just said, you know what, I'm gonna hop on the comms, why not? I am a retired WR Tier 4 commentator, so hey, perhaps my experience will show.
Well, I'm glad you're here, mate, because it sometimes gets a bit lonely in this booth, but we've got a number of drivers here tonight, and I'm glad you're here with me to watch some hopefully exciting action and chaos unfolds. But we need to go over the last time out, where we had race winner Vigo take victory ahead of Zoran, our championship leader, who finished ahead of Flores, ran out the podium. Nelu Safa and Nigel took P4 and P5, ahead of Rio Harris and Blazer. Dion finished 8th ahead of Milesy and Luigi, who rounded out the top 10. This leaves us with the driver standing looking a bit like this, a 27-point margin between the two Ferraris of Zoran and Nelu Safu as we go into the final couple of races. AMS Knight sits further back in 3rd ahead of Sausage Joe and Flores, who round out the top 5. Brown and Rio Harris sit ahead of Vigo and Archer, while Adam rounds out the top 10 in the driver standings. The constructor standings have Ferrari leading the way by 102 points over RB, while Sauber sit a further 27 points back in 3rd. Red Bull and Williams sit 4th and 5th ahead of Alpine and McLaren in 6th and 7th. Mercedes, Aston and Haas complete the constructors standings, with all teams sitting on a number of points this season. But with that in mind, we're currently in qualifying right now with about 10, I don't actually know because it's got a yellow flag, that would be helpful, but it's just under 12 minutes to go. FRT Knight, not AMS Knight, is currently sitting at fastest with a 30.3, ahead of AMS Nardo with a 30.6. So, Washed, you've had experience with this track. You said before the stream you like this sort of track. How do you approach a qualifying session at Las Vegas? Do you have anything in particular in mind, or is it kind of the same as normal circuit?
I mean, the only thing that's really changes is you kind of have to cut a lot of the curves, at least on last year's game. I haven't really played the track on this game, but on last year's game at least, you had to really send it over the curves. I think it's turn 12, whatever is it, like just before the really, really long back straight. You just have to maximize cutting the track as much as possible, especially in turn 4, I believe it is, like the 90-degree right at the end of sector 1. And the more you can go over the curves, typically the better.
Yeah, and that's going to be crucial here tonight because these drivers need to have their setups in the right window as well. A lot of these drivers are reserved, so as well they've also only come in tonight as well because because of the low numbers. But we've got the 17 drivers out on track, some with a lot more experience than others in not just Division 2 but at this circuit as well, so we'll see whether that plays a factor as we see a number of drivers coming into the pits all of a sudden are unable to complete laps, including Strikey in the RB, but Milesy is currently on a lap going through sector 1 through turn 5 and now up towards turn 6, 26.6 in the first sector as we go round towards the chicane. We go around the Las Vegas Sphere in this section, and what a very, very beautiful city this is. Very warm, but also in the day, but very, very cold at night. When you do when you go into races, how much does temperature, track temperature, and day, what time of day it is affect not just qualifying but the race for you?
I mean, honestly, I think for night tracks, the tires probably just wouldn't overheat at all. Like if you have a night race, whenever, like even if it's like Abu Dhabi with all the corners that you need to push, you're still not gonna overheat the tires because of the track temperature. It's sort of simulated in the game, sort of. You just put your tires to like 75, 80 degrees when you're starting your qualifying lap, and you should be fine. You're not gonna overheat. In the race, typically you run maximum tire pressures just because the tires will normally overheat on other tracks. Here you can probably get away with using slightly less on the rear just to get a little bit more traction, especially at the end of a stint. And the tires overheating shouldn't be a problem. If it is a problem, then your setup is not very good, I'd say.
Yeah, and also if you're kind of overheating your tires around this circuit, it's very difficult to do, considering the type of circuit it is as well. You haven't got as many long hard corners to go through as well, so that doesn't make it. So it does make it a little bit easier with tyre temps. There's a lot of 90-degree corners here, though. So, like you said about the curbs, like I said earlier about the curbs, you've got to be confident as well going over those curves, because if you aren't pinpoint accurate with how you mount them, you could end up unsettling the car too much and end up potentially in the wall, at the very least offline. So with with a load of drivers currently circulating, we currently have XX Fantasy going on to start his flying lap, I believe, maybe. Yeah, no, he's just finished lap of 42.2. I think he might have made a mistake on that one. But I digress. We've got about 7 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock, and who is currently on a lap? We've currently got Striker, who's just started the lap. He's going through turn 3 and 4 now onto Koval Lane, running down towards turn 5. The RB. Has done very well has done quite well this season, has put in some very stellar performances, notably him and Vigo's battle against the two Ferraris a couple of weeks back in Japan. Shrikey really capitalised on that one as we go through 7 and 8 and into turn 9 now. Oh, that's a very load of understeer there, and Zoran goes for fastest for 30.2. As we now go down towards Sands Avenue. However, I believe there might be some damage on the car, that of the RB. If he hasn't, he's got very lucky of that with how much he understeered off into the barrier there. I'm going to go down the straight now and towards turn 14, 15 and 16, the last braking point of the circuit. We're going to go down towards the final chicane. Just kind of buzzing the limit at this point. You can't go much faster than 212 miles an hour with the amount of downforce he might be running. Goes over the chicane, just invalidates it on the second part of that. And that's ruined his lap entirely, if the collision with the wall didn't already.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have been exactly the greatest of laps anyways. Would have put in P12, but, still getting a lap on the board is still valuable. Means a lot more when you have a lot of rookies, so to say, tonight in the cockpits. And yeah, meanwhile, the front, Zoran's managed to actually overtake Knight for the fastest lap so far. Knight did lose like a 10th in Sector 1 alone, and he had to really get a nice Sector 2. He did, and that's why it's P2, but Zoran so far slightly faster. But everything's pretty much, as I like to say, qualifying doesn't really matter on a track like Vegas. Here, even if you start in P10, you could still win the race. Like, you're running basically minimum wings, so to say. I think in qualifying we run like 5-0, something like that. And in the race 0-0 is pretty viable. So, yeah, overtaking shouldn't be very difficult.
Yeah, it shouldn't be as difficult as some circuits, but it also depends on who else is running those sort of downforce levels, because if say everyone's running those 0-0 wings, it does kind of level the playing field in that sense. But as well, with so many drivers here, and potentially looking. I'm not sure what strategies we are looking at here, but if there is an opportunity to do a tour one stop, getting caught up in traffic will certainly affect your race. Considering that at the moment, Zoran and Knight look to be top in the field, by a good couple tenth margin at the moment. However, we have got just 4 minutes to go in the session, and a number of drivers still yet to complete optimized laps. A couple of them yet even to complete laps at the moment. As we now, as we go, go on. What have you
I
said?
just saw the biggest block of my life. Vigo, I don't know if he was on a lap or not, but he got absolutely shafted by that Alpine. He did not get out of the way, bro. He could not have done that anyways. He was right on the racing line. Well, I mean, I think it's his in lap anyways, considering we got 3 minutes left. And yeah, everyone's pretty much going to be in the pits at this point, because the most grip in the session is typically at the end of it. So, yeah, the fastest lap time should be set right at the end.
Yeah, I mean,
in terms of strategy, if you're asking, it's pretty much medium hard or hard medium. Basically, you can do both. It doesn't really matter.
So there isn't much change compared to last game, whereas some tracks you might get have slight changes nowadays. But Vegas not one of those that are affected by it. That's nice to know. But these that is crucial though, because if you start on the hards, yes, you might drop a few positions early on, but if you can just hold with the medium runners, you'll certainly help yourself out later on in a race when you do have that tyre advantage. Even with the number of straights and DRS, yes, helping out the drivers, that tyre advantage still is significant later on in the race. We're going to go on to our final runs here very soon. We're going to go actually on with our championship leader for his final run. We've also got him going side by side for an Alpine right now. Or I'm not sure which one it is. It might be Miles again. And now, tell you what, the Alpines are causing a bit of chaos for the drivers. Oh, and that's a contact between the Alpine and the Ferrari. That is contact. How have you guys made contact in qualifying? I'm sorry. Oh my God! I tell you what.
See why I chose not to drive now?
Yeah, and can honestly, the Alpines are turning into the LMP3 cars at endurance races at the moment, because Jesus Christ, absolute terrorism. That's what they've done this season. To be fair, it's been an Alpine thing, but oh well. French cars,
it's just qualifying, bro. It's not even the race.
It's not even the race. Oh, here we go. Well, you can't expect anything less than Alpine. Okay, well, we're going to go on to the final run for Zoran. Hopefully his rear left isn't too compromised by the contact, but he's going to come round to the final chicane and get himself set up for a run to the start finish line down towards turn 17 through Harmon Avenue, and we're going to go down towards turn 1 into the braking point. Very late on the brakes here in modern Formula 1 cars, as we see yellow flag down at the start of the boulevard, and a car spin for Zoran. Spin for Zoran. Oh.
But as a person who has humor, this session is absolute cinema.
This cinema.
I was casually spectating the Williams Nardo.
Oh, hold on. Where's Nardo?
How on earth has he improved? Bro, he's coming out of the turn 14, like onto the long straight. One of the Hasses doesn't even get out of the way, just bumps into his rear. Oh, how did it still improve?
That's mental. That he could have probably improved even more than if he didn't have any of that issue. But we've got someone. So that's Nardo into P3. Zoran's now spun round with damage. It's all kicking off here in qualifying. I've never seen such a chaotic session for these guys. But we're going to have FRT Knight going through Sector 2 now, down towards the chicane as we go around the sphere, as the Aston Martin just keeps themselves... Oh, as the Haas in front of him gets a massive snap as well. But the Aston Martin can take pole here. They just need to get 200ths more and hope no one topples that. We're going to go down through Sands Avenue towards turn 12, and the Aston Martin looks to be on a very decent lap here. We go up towards, and it's over a 10th up fastest Sector 2 as well, as we go down towards down to Las Vegas Boulevard
Please
through
don't get
turn
impeded.
13, 14, 15, and 16. Hopefully he doesn't get impeded, but he's got a Haas who's kind of wiggling left and right there, trying to get something into their
Get
tyres.
out of the way!
But they need to get out of the way
Get out
before
of
the
the
Aston
way!
Martin comes into. Oh my God! There's more impeding here, gents. What are we doing? There's so much, a lot of impeding this session. He's going to get a toe all the way up towards the line though, so I'm not sure he's going to matter too much about that. A little bit of impeding up towards the line. Goes, no, he doesn't go fast. He goes slower. He's half a tenth down, and that leaves Zoran currently with pole position. Can anyone take it from him? Jamie Cavanani can't do anything at the moment. Goes up towards the line. Goes at 30.7. Remains in P6. I think that will be qualifying over. And unfortunately for Zoran, despite their spin, FRT Knight kind of got impeded there. Couldn't quite get the job done, and that is qualifying. WL 9317 goes to P14, and that is qualifying Zoran on pole position in what, like you said, a cinematic qualifying session.
I haven't seen so much impeding in like years. Damn.
It's not even just from one driver as well. It was from about half the field.
Bro, it was two teams. The Haas and Alpine impeded like half the grid.
Oh, well.
So new world record or something. The speed running getting banned.
Oh, I'll tell you what, if there's going to be a role needed in the Discord server after this, it'll be LMP3 driver. Because they're, Jesus Christ, they're balancing.
Bro, Knight said in the chat, robbed of pole. Just got blocked in the chicane. Yeah, trust me, we saw that.
Oh my days. Oh well, at least tonight it's P2 because yeah, that would have been disheartening if that lap was anything. Lap cost him even more positions. So AMS Zoran starts on pole ahead of FRT Knight. AMS Nardo in third. Vigo fourth. Sab in fifth. Jamie Cavanani in sixth. Charlie Murphy, Casper striking Brand round at the top 10 ahead of Raduku. Million Ski Blazer WL 9317 Mulsey, Jamaican Jam, Phillips and Mum. Sorry, I've just realised that name. And Fantasy MP18. Oh my days. Right, well that's qualifying done. Well, I think you're going to be glad that if this race turns into chaos, you decided to jump in the commentary box.
I mean, I doubt they wouldn't be at the front anyways, but I could not be bothered. Why would I be a part of whatever racing is gonna occur in the next 25 laps? I doubt it's gonna be much cleaner than qualifying.
I just hope the impeding was just the lead, was the most of our worries, but here we go. We might end up with the first red flag in EXA history if that's on. I think it...
5-car pile up in turn 1. Watch.
Oh no, don't call that because we might actually end up with if we're not careful. I actually need to check, is it on? Is red flags on?
No.
Because it might need to. No, it's not, right.
Sadly.
Oh well, I
Like,
mean,
just imagine somebody at the back, straight lines half the grid in turn 1.
I tell you what, I don't think some people higher up will be happy. But oh well, we're going into a formation lap now. We've got everyone bar 3 on medium tyres. Million Ski and WL 9317 for McLaren are on hards, as well as the Ferrari of Jamaican Jam. Somebody, I do
What
like
a name on it.
I mean, the Jamaican Jam and Philip's mum in P16 and 17. What a duo that is in that area. Oh, is it? Oh, well, anyway, we've got a very, very quick formation lap from Zoran. He's pulled away from the FRT Knight very quickly. Knight is currently just driving around at a regular pace. However, I do wonder if they are in AI or not, because they are... because they're going around at a much slower pace than what the drivers would normally be going at. But... Do you want any predictions? Do you want to do any predictions while you're here? While we're waiting?
How many DNFs are we betting on? I'm saying 8.
I'm saying 10 then.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm
bumping mine to 9.
Oh, okay.
Half the grid. Split 50-50.
See, and who? Okay, then we've done that. Who's gonna win this race? I think it can be opened up to anyone if Zoran and Knight get caught up in any incidents.
Considering whoever's got the pace, you know what? I go for the storyline. I'm going Nardo.
Nardo, okay. See, it'd be hard to get better against Zoran, but Knight looks extremely quick. So
Somebody got disqualified. Okay.
to be fair, that's a fairly normal thing to happen. To be honest, so I'm not too far. That's the least of my worries.
Is it really that difficult to do the outlap? Damn.
Well,
Wait, he's not even on the grid. What? Did I just not see him on the grid? Where's that Alpine?
He's there. He's just very far to the right.
Oh.
Well, anyway, at least he's there. Could be worse.
Could be.
We could have some absolute game travesty right now if he got disqualified and ended up anywhere other than his grid box. But anyway, we're going to have everyone lining up on the grid now. We will be getting ready for 5 red lights. As Christ,
both McLarens missed the stop.
Oh no! I tell you what. At least ending up being disqualified for the session is one thing. Sometimes I think missing your grid box is that really that difficult. I don't know.
I mean, he's gonna put them back so they avoid the chaos on purpose.
Yeah,
how
maybe.
fucking aggressive is that car from Knight, man?
Yeah, I don't know, but we're gonna go 5 red lights for the Las Vegas Grand Prix for Division 2 and a drive-through penalty for Philip's mum. Oh, this is going to be absolute cinema. Zoran goes into turn 1, leading the way ahead of FRT Knight. His very aggressive starting position did not help him there. It kept him ahead of Nardo, though, as we go into turn 3 and 4, as we go up through towards turn 5 now. Zoran leads the way ahead of Knight, Nardo, and Sav, who sit the top 5 at the moment. Jamie and Casper side by side for P5 and P6, and Jamie's off the road. He's off the road down the back towards P12 at the end of that one. But Casper gets through in unscathed. But the first lap, luckily, hasn't caused a safety car yet.
He was yet.
But yeah,
that was so unlucky from Jamaican Jam though. He actually had such a good start. It was in P13 on the hards. He actually gained places in the start and he just got absolutely rear-ended.
How you do
unlucky
that? How you do that on the hard soul and get a very start like that on the hards, fair play to him. But unfortunately, it hasn't really benefited him as Blazer and him are now fighting down in P17 and 18. But Zoran, the other end of the field, leads the way. FRT Knight in P2. Nardo hunting them both down in 3rd. But those 3 have made a bit of a breakaway to some extent from each other. As Sab tries to go up the inside of Vigo into the final chicane. Couldn't quite get anything done there. That's costly as we go down towards the start finish line, because that's going to open up the gap between the pair of them, and Sab just managing to keep ahead of Casper for the time being, not affecting his run too much. But we're going to continue on now with battling further down the field between Raduku and Jamie. Jamie's trying to come back through the field now after that after going off the road in the first sector. We're going to go down towards turn 5. Can Jamie get by Raduku? He certainly does. The Red Bull back up to P10.
The kicks are having, it seems like they're on realistic performance so far, but hey, maybe they can come back if there's a safety car.
I mean,
maybe.
Well, we'll have to see if they can come back, because we're almost guaranteed one here at Vegas. In F1, I think we had one in both races last 2 years.
Somebody's hitting the wall.
I'm sure I thought we were going to have one at lap 1, but we've already survived the lap and a half, so this is going better than expected. As we go into the Las Vegas Boulevard now, Zoran leads Knight by 3/4 of a second, but here we go. I'll invite Blazer back. Oops. Sorry, 1 second.
I knew there was somebody disconnected. I didn't know who.
There you go. I've invited Blaze back. We're going to go side by side between Knight and Zoran into the chicane. Knight takes the lead ahead of the Ferrari. The Williams of Nardo comes back through. Oh, and Knight drops down to P4. That was instant commentators curse. And Knight's left the session. Hold on.
Bro even got disconnected.
Oh,
That's
I don't.
scary.
Oh
What
no.
in the commentator curse is that, bro?
Oh mate, I've had some absolutely appalling commentators curse in my time. But I wonder. I don't know if I actually have Knight. That's the problem. Uh, if hold on, let's have a look. But Zoran's going to lead the way ahead of Nardo, ahead of Vigo. Charlie Murphy's going to get ahead of Strikey into turn 5, taking up to P7 now. Jamie Campabani has got past FRT Knight's stricken ghost car, maybe, unless he's got back. Nope, he's still ghosted. But let me see if I can let's see if we can get it back in. As Zoran now has to fight off Nardo for the lead.
I mean, so far my predictions faring off pretty well, I suppose. Thanks to EA for kicking Knight out of the session. That's one less position that Nardo, one less car that Nardo has to fight.
It's now.
And yeah, so far though, the battery management is pretty horrendous, I have to be honest. Naruto's the only one who's just saving his battery. Everyone else, Zoran, has just been pushing his battery for the last 3 laps, and he still lost the position. Damn.
Well, unfortunately for some of these drivers, it'll be very difficult to be very difficult for them to save their battery, considering the amount of battling they will have to do. Nardo is now pulling away by nearly a second, now over a second to Zoran. Vigo continues on in third, Sab in fourth, Bran goes into P5. He is catching
I am
Sab at this stage.
manifesting his win, bro.
You've manifested it. I tell you what, if your commentator's curse doesn't work and mine does, then I'm very apologetic to Knight, because I even predicted him to make victory. Contact with the wall from Casper in the Mercedes. He's lucky to not get front wing damage with that one. But Knight's now down in P16. He might have to do a recovery drive off the Sentry here. As now, Charlie Murphy is holding up a little bit of a train here, ahead of Million Ski Fantasy and Milesy, as well as W09317, a 5-car train behind the Aston Martin, as the sole Aston Martin in the points now after Knight's disconnection. But we're going to continue down through Sands Avenue towards Las Vegas Boulevard. The McLaren looks to the inside. Maybe he's going to try and make a move up the inside. Not quite there. Yellow flag. I think there's been a bit of contact further up.
Yeah, Casper's round almost.
Casper's down to P9 now. We're going to have a battle between Charlie Murphy and Million Ski as we go up towards the chicane. Vigo's moved up to P2 as well in the RB as we go up towards the chicane now. Turn down towards turn 14. Can Charlie Murphy get back by? No, he can't. Million Ski takes P10 away from him. We now have Brand going for a move and contacted the wall. Sab goes full front wing, takes his front wing off as a safety car. All of a sudden at turn 17, I'm not sure what happened. I flicked back onto his POV and all of a sudden he's ended up in the barriers. What?
I mean, the front wing is in the middle of the road. Nobody got a puncture. That is so lucky.
Yeah, people are very, very lucky if they haven't got a puncture going over that, but safety car called. And now the drivers are just going to settle themselves down. And unfortunately for Nardo, who has excellent pace, by the way, in this early part of the race, is now going to end up back with the pack, despite ending up, nearly 2 seconds into the lead?
Yeah, but it's not all looking too bad because Vigo managed to get past Zoran right before the safety car. So at least he's got a little bit of a buffer. Right.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. By the way, everyone who's currently on the hards, apart from the people that box, are basically screwed. Because they cannot make, unless there's another safety car, they cannot make the mediums go to the end. And they're going to be basically a pit stop down. Like, the pit stop window opens in like 3 laps, which is effectively when the safety cars are going to come in. So, perfect time to get off of the mediums onto the better race tire, the hards that don't even overheat. And, yeah, so far the people that have taken the gamble, the alternative strategy, really hasn't paid off. But we'll see. Maybe there's a later safety car that will help them.
Yeah, maybe the later safety car will certainly help them. as Knight comes back into the session now after a second disconnection from it. We got the safety car, which will at least help Knight back towards, you know, the pack, because he'd fallen fairly far back in all this. As now everyone comes into the pit lane, it's going to be a bit of a traffic jam once you get in there. If you're the second car into the box, you're going to have a very tough time with things. Like Brownie's luckily got away a little bit more unscathed than what some might as you come into the pits. But Millionsky, that's unlucky for FLT Knight. What's happened with Casper? Oh my god, he's got full front wing damage as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Some people have completely given up at this point.
We're only on lap 6, guys.
Wait, is there... I think there's this thing. Why is the Willy... Why is the Alpine in P2?
Fantasy, Millionsky, and WL Racing haven't pitted. The top 4 haven't pitted, so...
Oh. Bro, he's on the mediums. Why would you not box? What kind of tire whisperer are you gonna do?
I mean,
tire whisperer, trust.
You never know. He might be Jensen Button.
Maybe. He's gonna cook. He's gonna wait another like 6 laps for there to be another safety car, and then he boxes.
And also, suddenly has a massive pace advantage. But
I mean, considering, obviously, no hate or anything, but I think that would just level up his pace to everyone else.
Nardo's now left the session. Hold on, let's try again. Christ.
Oh,
Christ, what is...
Better get him back in before the restart. Otherwise, I'm gonna show a middle finger to your prediction, to my prediction.
Where isn't...
Your internet just showed me a middle finger.
Wait, where's Nardo? Nardo's gone missing on mine. Hold on.
No! EA is so far against me, even my commentator picks get blown away. How? I know I'm getting unlucky, but even the drivers that I pick get unlucky. How does that work?
I mean, that's the luck of the draw, isn't it? Where is Nardo's thing gone? Let me see if I've already found him.
You have about a minute and a half to invite him.
Got a slight chance. Where's Nardo's?
I suppose you're not dyslexic, so you should be able to find him, but...
Yeah, I don't know if it's the EA ID is different, that's the problem. And that's a whole nother issue if it is.
Jeez.
Oh. Where is Nardo gone? Oh well. Hold on. Why is his EA ID different?
1 minute left. I'm gonna start a countdown when it's 10.
I can't even view his profile. Oh my god. I don't know, well, we're gonna get underway very shortly, and honestly, the servers on this game are sometimes absolutely atrocious. But I mean, you wanted chaos. Here we go. We did. I guess neither of our picks are at the moment winning.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's goodbye to Nardo's chances of a race win. What? Right. Why is the Alpine suddenly in P1? He just overtook him under the safety car.
Is he returning the position? No, he's not.
No, because the game's so shit. You know what happens?
It's now let him through. Great.
Yeah, beautiful.
I think we're going to have another lap off without the safety car. And these drivers are going to have to wait around a little bit longer. What is happening with this game? They're trying to let... To be fair, Fantasy is trying to let them through, and they're not able to do anything.
Yes, because the wrong driver gets the drive to. At first, when you overtake, you don't get a drive to, but then when he tries to re-overtake to get his original position, he gets a legal overtake. So that's kind of... And now we're in a very confusing situation where I don't know who's got the legal overtake and who's gonna get to keep the position. He's trying to overtake, but he's got an illegal, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, look, he's gonna get an illegal if he tries it. But how do you get a 10-second penalty for contact under the safety car? How?
I think the game's against us today as well by the looks of it, because the servers don't exactly look like they're doing great. Because I've
What do
constantly
you mean
got
today? What do you mean today? The game's never been with us.
more so.
This is not like a love and hate relationship, you know. This is not like it.
Yeah, this is
Literally
pure
the
hate.
game showing you a fucking middle finger every time you boot it on.
This is to be fair, this is pure hatred. I think this game is. Oh well.
No, this game is the doom and despair. Like, I cannot, for the life of me, play this game without getting screwed over. Seems like it for everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, it's at the moment. I don't even know who's going to be leading at the end of this, because Vigo might be leading, Zoran could be as well. So if Nardo don't get back in, which I can't get, I've actually trying to. I'm still trying to work out which one. Who is he? Not even. I have actually pinged Nardo as well. So, and safety car is in this lap. So we are going to go and get underway once more, and it's just about as confusing as ever. Million Ski's now back in the lead after Fantasy let them back through. Milesy gets a 10-second time penalty for severe collision with Bran. Oh my god. We're on lap 8, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to get underway once more. Green flag is about to get going. When does Million Ski go? He goes now. Fantasy jumps off quite nicely as well, following behind the McLaren, but WL9317 also not too far behind him. Nardo is going to cause an absolute train behind him off the start because he's ghosted, and the AI is just going to fall him back down the field. Sab's retired from the session. There's been contact further down between the rest of the field as we go to Milesy, who is currently in the barriers. Sab is out the race. The green flag still flies though as we go down towards the turn 5 to end sector 1. At the moment, no, Milianski leads the way. Milesy is disqualified for driving the wrong way. Not sure what happened there. Sab's immediately on the Discord right now. Miles is disqualified. Milianski continues to lead the way. It is all kicking off at the moment.
Driving the wrong way. Oh, that's
anyway,
crazy.
FRT Knight, meanwhile, has gone from basically the back of the field to P7 in all this. So FRT Knight up to P7 could actually come back, and is only a position or two behind Zoran now in all this. Christ. Zoran now. Knight, sorry. Going to go past Charlie Murphy. At the moment, and FRT Knight in the Aston Martin moves up the P6 as there's a battle for the lead going on. The Fantasy goes up the inside of the McLaren, trying to make the move stick as well as Zoran, trying to get by WL9317. No crash quite there yet though. As we go down towards turn 1, Zoran is about to try and make this free wide around the outside, maybe not quite. Goes around the outside of the Alpine, goes turns to the inside of the McLaren. V goes around the outside into turn 1. He's going to try and get the Papaya car as well. Not quite does it there. Goes for the dive into turn 3. Tries to look into turn 4 as well, but I believe he also has a bit of damage on his front wing. Zoran leads the way. Vigo's going to try and take P2 away from the Papaya car. He certainly does so into turn 5 as Million Ski has to back out of that one, but it all kicks off up front as the FRT Knight joins the party as well.
Bro, just cut the corner. What? Somebody's trying to overtake Will. Oh, there's a crash. Shrike is round. Him and the McLaren crashed. Okay. GG's to their race, I suppose. I think Shrike has got wing damage now. Has he?
I
He's missing both
believe.
end plates.
I see.
Well,
So
that's bad.
yeah, well, anyway, we've got a couple. We've still got some racing going on. Somehow, still green flag in all this, by the way. So Knight is now up to P4, catching up to Milianski, who's also catching Vigo. Zoran's now got a 1.3 second lead over the field. And now, Milianski just trying to defend from the Aston Martin just as long as possible. They are on the older of the hard compound tyres, but they luckily have had some time under safety car to get themselves at least keep him in an operating window. Fantasy manages to cut back on Charlie Murphy to keep hold of P5 as the Aston Martin tried to make a move into turn 1, but Fantasy says no, he's going to keep P5 for now.
Knight from last place has gone to 4th in about 2.5 laps of racing. Okay, that shows about enough. Just keep it out of the wall when you're gonna get points, basically.
Well, at the moment, he's done an excellent job. Despite the 2 disconnections in the race, that safety car really did make the difference, though. But Milianski is going to become another victim of the Aston Martin's pace because the FRT Knight is right on the back down Sands Avenue into turn 14. Massive snap there from Vigo. Keeps it on the road. Luckily, in contact with Wolf of Fantasy as we go onto Las Vegas Boulevard. Unfortunately, that's going to drop them quite a bit down the order. Meanwhile, Knight towards the inside as we take both take DRS.
How has he not got damage?
How has he not got damage? I do not know. But FRT Knight not just makes 1 position, but 2 positions now as he gets past Vigo and Milianski for P2. 1.8 seconds to Zoran at the moment. What a drive in the 3 laps he's had. And FRT Knight is up to P2. What an excellent stuff from him.
Good for him, I guess, but yeah, we still got half the race to go.
Yeah, that's
quite a long way.
That's the most important thing, actually, is that yes, you've got half the race to go. Now he can kind of settle in and slowly reel in Zoran, who, let's be honest, was not the best with his ERS management in the first stint in comparison to the likes of Knight, Nardo and Vigo. So at the moment, he's gonna begin to, if he starts having to push more, he might begin to struggle. Vigo, though, having that damage is not going to help him. Milianski went off the road, comes back onto the circuit. There's retirement from Charlie Murphy as he exits the pits. But we're going to continue with the green flag running. We've got Vigo, who's now going to have to try and go from an attack on FRT Knight. At the moment, the Aston Martin is going to have to do some defending now. He pulls to the he pulls off the road. He actually is going to pull up and hate the DRS detection as we go towards the DRS section. Now he's got it. He's going to have DRS, and that was some very good strategy there from the Aston Martin.
Yeah, Knight, meanwhile, into P2 now. But he has got a mountain to climb to catch back up to Zoran. 4 seconds is the gap. And it's looking pretty unlikely that he's going to catch up, considering he's got a furious Vigo. What? Vigo?
Yeah, I'd say
Vigo.
Vigo.
I thought that's how you say your name. Yeah. I mean, Vigo's got front wing damage, so I don't really know why he's essentially trying to overtake him when he's clearly slower. I mean, I suppose he wants to keep his track position, but yeah, it's just losing them a lot of time. But I suppose Zoran's pretty much already got this race in the bag, as long as there is another safety car, which I doubt there wouldn't be.
Oh, it's a lot of ding-dongs going on between the two, though, Vigo and FRT Knight. The FRT Knight is trying everything to get by Vigo. Another benefit to Vigo staying in front is just making sure FRT Knight does not get away. If you can hold him by, he might be able to try and hold him to lap 25. It's a big ask, but if that damage is only affecting you minorly, it at least keeping up and trying to make overtakes in quick succession can really at least benefit them. Staying in front as well means that less dirty aero wash, but FRT Knight might have something to say about that once more as we go on to Las Vegas Boulevard, down towards turn 14, gets by before we even get to the braking point.
Oh,
Up the
what a
inside by
send.
Jamie, what a send by the Red Bull. It makes the move stick as well. That is an excellent move by the Red Bull. But he's going to have a slipstream of Vigo coming back at him as we go round turn 17 to end lap 13. On to lap 14 now, to the outside. The darting to the left and right, caught Milianski off guard, and who comes up the inside into turn 2. Tries to make the move into turn 3, but can't quite do anything there. As we now go down towards turn 5, the McLaren looks to try and hold on now as the Red Bull and the RB continue to fight for the final podium spot. This is allowing FRT Knight the opportunity to get away if these guys continue fighting. But Vigo looks like he is desperately fighting instead of fighting for position. He is trying to hold on for dear life.
Yeah, I mean, what a fight between the Red Bull and the sugar-free version of the Red Bull livery. But yeah, what a send from Jamie, though. Reminds me of Charles Leclerc in 2023 when he did that on Perez on the last lap.
Yeah, that is
insane dive.
Maybe he took inspiration, but it certainly gave him wings. The wings in that scenario, in comparison to the sister team, the RB now is going to try and attack the Red Bull team once more as they try to show that they aren't the juniors anymore. As we go up, try to go into turn 14, just has to sit behind, doesn't quite have the balls that Jamie Agini had just the previous lap.
I mean, it's quite gonna be hard to match that one as he's going into the pits. Okay, that's an optimistic strategy.
That is an interesting strategy nonetheless, because now that's ended up putting him right down the order towards the back of the points, the back end of the points now, and yeah, that is an interesting strategy there for the Red Bull. But we're going to continue on now. Vigo has now got to battle Milianski, who hasn't pitted, by the way. The McLaren hasn't pitted. And now who also has to battle Raducu, who in the Haas hasn't really been around the top end of the field much this race, but slowly made their way up. The Haas is now trying to find their way by after we've seen some terrorism put on the Haas and the Alpine in qualifying. Now can they? Now they've seemed quite settled in comparison in this race.
I mean, yeah, but it's still gonna be quite a long way, especially for those pretty worn medium tires at this point. They still have 10 laps to go. They can make it to the end with very big tire saving, but you know, not to doubt the driver's abilities or skill. But I'm gonna safely assume that they're gonna box sometime in the next 5 laps. Like, they are not making it. Still a good effort from Jamaican Jam. What a name, by the way. Honestly, love that. I'm gonna rename my Steam name to that one. Watch out for Jamaican Jam next week.
Oh, I can't wait for that one. Well, I
What
mean, to
track
be
is
honest,
next week?
Brazil it is actually next week, and then Abu Dhabi's the final race of the season. So,
which one is worse? I can't even decide.
you're not a fan of either track, then, are you?
Not really.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm personally like both, but they're not either of my top end tracks. They're both okay for me. But
They're like the PB&J or Formula One. Like, you're obviously not gonna choose that to be a go-to food, but like, you're not gonna be like, oh, I don't want to eat that, you know? Like, it's just mid.
It's like one of those dinners where you think it's edible, but it could be better.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're at Vegas, so that's to come in the next couple of weeks if we get there. At the moment, because at the moment these guys are sending each other to Narnia and back. I don't know if you. I don't know if you.
have to calm down at least.
It's calmed down for the most part, unless you look in the I'm not going to repeat what is being said in the server, but there has been some questionable language from them. I don't think they'd be appreciated if it is repeated from us on our end, but we've had some at least decent racing
Why
up
is
front.
night boxing? What is this strategy from Timu?
This is
The Ferrari strategists are coming out.
no, it's not even the Ferrari strategy. It's just they're basically like well, actually, no, they're even worse than the Ferrari strategists now. They're junior Ferrari strategists, a bunch of like 5-year-olds at the moment. But anyway, we're gonna say it might actually work out.
They
Their
don't even
tyres,
have a junior strategist, bro.
they might be, the tyres might be dead. We don't know this. We don't know. We're not on the circuit. So Zoran though, guys. Zoran
As a driver, I can tell you, 10 laps is like below what like 40% tire wear is.
Oh, well, we're about to find out
Then
if it
it
makes a
ended in a
difference.
wall. Holy shit! Bro, Knight just sent it into the wall and it's got half a wing now.
Oh, that's a
GG.
shame for him. That's a shame for the Aston Martin.
Absolutely straight line that wall.
Actually, I know we were talking about them pitting early, but Milianski hasn't pitted yet.
Yeah, that's what I mean, bro. With such tire wear, you can literally. Well, I mean, he's like close to puncture territory now. He's like 75%. Oh, actually, with the safety car, he can go to like lap 21 without getting a puncture.
Well, I mean, at the moment, it seems to at least be working. Maybe he's holding out for a late race safety car to go onto a different tyre so he doesn't lose too many positions. He's actually up into P2 right now at the
I
moment.
mean, he's defending for his life.
He is defending, and now he goes into the box. So eventually he's boxed, and now that leaves Raducu and Vigo to battle it out for second place. As Raducu tries to go up the inside of Vigo, doesn't quite make it work there, but he's going to have to try and use the better tyres as well as the damaged front wing of the RB to try and get by and take the second place. However, a 3-second time penalty might put a stop to that.
VSC.
We
No,
got
full
VSC.
safety car. Knight managed to cause a safety car with crashing out on purpose. Let's go.
Oh,
We had
no.
to have a little bit more entertainment.
Well, I mean, at least we can have some entertainment in this race, I guess. So,
At least. Nobody's gonna report him for such entertainment, trust.
well, we won't. We won't. It'll spice up our commentary stream at least. But with that in mind, Zoran leads had a massive lead, and now it's completely gone. It's completely white. He'll come into the pits for, I assume, either a set of softs or mediums. What would you take in this situation? Would you take the softs or the mediums?
Mediums, mate. The softs have 10% tire wear a lap. In 3 laps, in like 2 laps, they're worse than the mediums.
So glad. I'm so glad that you're here to tell me this, because I would have no clue. I don't race at Vegas, so.
The only way that you could ever take the softs in a race situation is if it's a track that's got very hard compounds. So it's like Silverstone used to be on last year's game, but now it's just hard medium. Like the softs are just unusable. There's so much tire wear. Like even if for like 2 laps in a row, the softs begin to overheat on lap 2. You might as well go for the mediums.
Even at Spa, you could take a soft or a soft medium last game, but this game it's now a medium hard. If you want to do it, if some people do 2 stops there because they can't make the tyres last by them, you just got to be conservative with the tyres. But yeah, there's not really an opportunity to use the soft stuff in qualifying now. That's why a lot of people, I guess, use the harder tyre allocation, so then they have an extra set of hards later on in the day, so then they could also do a second hard run if they or have a second set of hards if they get damage early on. But safety cars out. We've got everyone coming into the pits except Jamie, who pitted 4 laps ago, and Jamaican Jam. He's currently out on a 3-lap-old medium. So what a man!
Yeah, what a race from him though. P16 to P6. My god, Jamaican Jam. I love that name, bro. Could not overestimate that.
We've got Double J and Philip's mum. It's an absolute I don't. How
By
do
the
you
way, both of these guys started from the back row.
They started on the back row of the grid. They're in the points. Fantasy was actually in the back as well, so and he's P10. So like, we're saying about how you can't, how we're going to need a miracle if you need start at the back of the grid, but you get yourself into points if you just keep your nose out of trouble.
I mean, we're acting as if he wasn't round on lap 1, but still.
Hey, he's managed to put it back to P6, so he must have done something right.
And by something you mean just watch the people ahead go into a wall.
Yes.
That's fair enough, I suppose.
Well, I mean, by that I mean don't follow them as well.
Yeah.
It's very easy to get caught up in that.
Yeah. By the way, there is a ghost kick currently between P1 and P2.
Oh my days!
Bro.
And that ghost car will be the most painful thing as well, because it will just go so slowly off the restart. Zoran will just put 2 seconds between them. But if it's actually, if we look at the tyres though, Rizuku's on the softs, mediums for Zoran and hards for Jamie. Unfortunately for Jamie, he's got 5-lap-old hards and Zoran on the mediums will be easily be able to go to the end with significant pace. He might struggle here and he might start falling down the order quite a bit. If he can keep hold of a good position though, that would be a very, very good job from the Red Bull.
The very big keyword here is if.
Yeah,
with a very big if.
We like our ifs and buts and yets here because at the moment we don't know. We anything could happen.
What a strategy from Jamaican Jam though, boxing to the softs right now. Okay.
Yeah. Well, interesting.
Would love to see that one.
Well, maybe he's thinking he can use those softs in the 3-lap probably we're gonna have to try and get past the medium runners who've already been circling on what will be a little bit harder to fire up tyres because of how slow the safety car is.
I have a fun fact for you. If you
it.
drive 3 laps under the safety car with the softs, you get about 7% tyre wear.
70%?
7%. Under the safety car 7%. When you literally get 0 tyre wear. That is how bad the tyre wear on the softs is.
Bloody hell. Christ.
Don't ask me how I know that.
Hours and hours of playing
I learned that the hard way.
The hard way? Oh no. At least you've learned it. Some people haven't learned it yet and they're about to find out the hard way.
I mean, you only have like 3% tyre wear, which shouldn't be realistically that bad. Surely, right?
I mean...
We have a mix of all 3 race compounds currently on the podium. Oh, this is not gonna end well.
Oh, I mean, and with the amount of medium and soft runners behind the mediums, we might actually end up with a little bit of chaos at the end of this. Plus Blazers, blue flags, cars slowing everyone down off the restart other than Zoran.
I mean, this is like a more entertaining open lobby. So, yeah.
Yeah. With slightly more pace, average pace, let's just say that.
Well, I'd say very slightly, yeah.
Very slightly. I mean, to be fair, at least we're hoping no one just straight lines anyone, unlike in a open.
By the way, Knight is sideways into a wall, and he's retired and left the session. Oh well, good night, Knight. I suppose. Good night, Knight. Guess what I did there?
Oh, well, and he's gone to bed. So we've got Zoran leading the way. Knight's gone. Nardo's gone. Who can take this victory other than Zoran? Maybe Rizuku if he can actually get himself sorted, if he can get by Jamie. But at this moment in time, the safety car's going to be out for probably another 2 laps yet.
I mean, Nado's AI has to catch 30 seconds, and I think the safety car cannot stay out any longer, so it has to be at the end of this lap. But yeah, if Zoran doesn't win this race, I'm throwing in the towel. I'm retiring. If he doesn't win this race, nobody else can. Surely not.
I don't know what. I'm putting money on Jamaican Jam.
Fair enough.
Do
He's
you know-
essentially the first. He's in net P6 and is the only one with 1 lap fresh soft.
Other than Philip's
Apart
mum.
from Philip's mum.
Oh, what a duo! What a duo!
What a duo, mate. Look, both are on the same strategy and both have insane names. Like, it can't be any better than that.
Yeah, and we've got to save Torrent this lap, and there's 10-second time
No!
penalties for half the grid.
Wow!
No, Phillips.
Why did we have to jinx it?
I mean, Drake. Oh, I'm not going to say anything. Let's keep quiet for a minute about it. Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they can be removed from the stewards anyways.
I mean, would hope so, because that was a bit mad. That was a bit much, that one, to be honest. Zoran leads the way. We guys are going to have to wait until they get past the green flag line to get past the Sauber. They go into turn 1, and Jamie is trying his best to defend against Vigo, who's come by to P2. And another penalty for him. As we go down towards turn 4 now, Jamie's got a 10-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags as well. Oh my days. Millionsky moves up to P3. Jamie's trying to fight him back as he goes around the outside into turn 5. Sector 1 ends with Vigo in second now. Jamie and Millionsky side by side contact as we go into the chicane. There's damage on the McLaren's front wing. The Red Bull managing to keep hold of the podium for now. However, there's penalties galore at the moment, and Jamaican Jam might be on for a podium here.
Fantasy was also going for a move at the same time. The Jamaican Jam was going for a dive on the McLaren and he got shafted. Like, you know when you're normally just stopping on the brakes, yeah? I see his kilometers just going slowly normally and it just gets like a 50 kilometer an hour boost by the Alpine hitting him.
Oh, what a race it's been. But I won't call it race. I mean,
no.
Oh wait, what's happened? No, well, Jamaican Jam. Oh my god!
Almost got overtaken. Almost.
It's continued in P6 though. Strikey's in P5, fighting off Millionsky in P4.
Let's go.
Oh, that's a good one from Philip's mum. As Strikey manages to move up to P4 ahead of Millionsky before Millionsky even got a chance to get past Jamie Calvagnini. But at the moment, the penalties on the Red Bull and the McLaren of 10 seconds could be could throw them almost out the points. If anything, maybe even out the points if they're not careful. But but as we go through sector 2 now, Strikey's looking to make this a double podium for the RB squad.
I mean, but he has got a penalty, so they will drop him down behind Jamaican Jam.
That's if Jamaican Jam can keep within the 3 seconds, though. He's got a couple laps to do so. But if he gets any more dive bombs from behind, he might end up losing out about just. He's got a couple laps to sort it out, though. Who can take the final podium place? It's all about the penalties, though. Do not get a pen, because otherwise you could throw yourself completely out this one.
Surely he's not. What? Surely, right? And he's dropped out of DRS.
At the moment, Strikey goes by for P3 now, gets ahead of Jamie and Millionsky, who go side by side into the final chicane. Millionsky drops back behind him, but Philip's mum, another penalty. As his, oh my days.
That was ambitious from Philip's mum, but I respect it. He only break like the 50-meter board. I respect it.
I mean, he's
almost made the corner, almost.
I mean, he's got nothing to lose at this point. Jamie Calvagnini still defending from Millionsky. The Red Bull and the McLaren trying to fight over position. They both have 10-second time penalties, so wherever they end up, they're going to end up together on the scoreboard. But they've got to continue fighting as we go through Sector 2 now. Can Millionsky get over past Jamie Calvagnini finally, because that hard tyre running Red Bull is really starting up the place of the McLaren, and at the moment that's going to allow Jamaican Jam to easily take P4 unless Raducu has anything to say about it, fighting away and trying to cause him a bit of problems. Milianski up the inside as we're going to Santa Avenue, backs out before we get into the left-hander before turning onto Las Vegas Boulevard. Now another 10-second time penalty for Philip's mum. Is he trying to go for the penalty record here? I'm not sure, but we're going to continue on now. Milianski, Jamie Calvagnini, side by side down the boulevard. Who's got the DRS?
The DRS things are crazy.
Neither of them are going. Neither of them have got DRS. They both got across the DRS detection at the same time, cancelling out both their DRS, and now that has cost them both. As we're going to see, Raducu fighting it out with Bran, and the Raducu drops back it and keeps P7, but drops back from Jamaican Jam temporarily. Keeps it in DRS though. We're going on to the final lap of the race. It is pretty set out front with Amos Zoran and Vigo striking. At the moment, looks to keep P3 with that penalty, as Bran tries to get up the inside of Raducu. Cannot do anything here, but it is getting feisty out there.
This race is a social experiment, I'm telling you.
I think it's more of a social experiment for us, if anything, because how long do we take to lose?
For us, it's like a comedy show.
I mean, if this is a comedy show, then we must be on about season 12 by now, because there's been about enough comedy to give us enough commentary. And now we've got just a couple corners left in this race. Philip's mum getting another penalty for corner cutting. I don't know how many penalties are you on now. 46. Good job, mate. Philip's mum doing an excellent job there. With he's won the penalty race by far. As now we're going to go on to the final time for Las Vegas Boulevard. We are going to go down. Can Raducu defend for Brad? Can he get past Jamaican Jam? Philip's mum's retired from the session. Didn't even get disqualified. Oh well. As we now see the rest of the field continuing to fight, but it's going to be AMS Zoran who takes victory. As in any sort of move, Brad dives up the inside. That was audacious by him. Both of them into the wall. They both end up in the wall of the chicane. That pretty much sums up this race. AMS Zoran takes victory ahead of Vigo, ahead of Strikey. Jamaican Jam comes home P4 in the end. What a race by him. Brown in P5, P6 for Raducu, 7th for Milianski, Jamie Calvagnini in P8, Fantasy in P9, and WL 9317 rounds out the top 10. Well done.
This is why Vegas is entertaining.
I think we're closer. I think we're closer to a Wreckfest race than an F1 race. That one.
The Wreckfest GP.
The Wreckfest GP. That's what it should be named. But here we go. Zoran extends his lead in the championship with another race win. There you go. Another double podium for RB in their quest to catch Ferrari. But it is going to be very difficult if Zoran keeps taking victories. As we go. Oh Christ! It's a full. Oh no, never mind. I thought it was a full Ferrari. Race win, fastest lap driver day, most overtakes and cleanest driver. It is AMS Zoran and Jamaican Jan filling that whole screen there. What a day for the Ferrari squad. Zoran
almost double podium.
Almost. Zoran fastest after the race. So Zoran takes victory at a Vigo, Strikey, Jamaican Jam, Bran, Raducu, Milianski, Jamie Calvagnini, Fantasy, WL9317, Nardo, Philip's mum, Blazer, FRT Knight, Charlie Murphy, Sab, Milesy, and Casper. That is the race results. Thank you for giving us about 25 laps of entertainment, plus qualifying as well, actually. Thank you, Wash, for coming on.
No worries.
I hope you enjoyed that more than you would have enjoyed this race.
Sure, for sure. I mean, it would have been an easy podium for me, but I don't care at this point. The game is gone.
Oh, well, it's been gone since about June. It's been gone since it came out, let's be honest. But anyway, we're going to be back.
Never been there.
We're going to be back next week in Brazil for and then Abu Dhabi in 2 weeks' time. and I'm sure you're happy
Ah.
about that. It is going to be hopefully exciting, but probably a bit less chaotic than this one. Thank you all for watching, Bosch. Thank you for joining me. We'll be back next week.